Hello everyone and welcome. Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the Honeybee Stamps 5th anniversary blog hop. And I have a fun project to share with you featuring some of their new April release goodies. This card here features the Buffalo Plaid cover plate honey cuts. That's what they call them. They call them honey cuts. And it coordinates with the Buffalo Plaid background stamp, which I'm not using. I'm only using the die. And I have all these scraps of solid color cardstock. But first things first, I'm going to die cut this Buffalo Plaid cover plate honey cut. I just like to say it. And I'm going to die cut it off camera. I'm using white cardstock. Actually, it's Neenah Solar White. Any white will do. Here's my highfalutin way to cut little squares that are going to go behind each one of those little Buffalo Plaid windows. Okay, and I rummaged through my solid color cardstock scrap bin drawer like a mad woman. And if you didn't want to do that, you could just color behind with Copics or watercolor or do whatever floats your boat. But I just, there's something about solid color cardstock. And so there's 24 squares here, and I wanted to do a row each with the same color family. So like a row of pinky reds, a row of yellow orange, a yellow green. You get the idea. So there's my, I'm creating a little hinge so that I can lift up that cover plate and place those behind like that. Now here's all my squares. There were two purples that I couldn't find the right shade. So here's how I fixed it. I take a VO4 and I just color on that one to make it a little bit darker. That's a little magic trick. You can save that for a rainy day. Slip it in your back pocket when you need it. You never know. You never know when you need the right shade. Can't find it. Use a Copic marker. No one will know the diff. Okay, so I'm taking some Gina K tape runner, and I just pop on these squares. Easy peasy, like so. So the hinge really helps to keep everything in place because I'm lifting that up and folding it down, making sure I get the right placement and such. So today's Sunday. How's everybody doing? Are you hanging in there? I mean, we're hanging in there, but it's by a thread. Yeah, by a thread. Sundays sure look different than they used to. As Sundays, we used to go to church as a family, go out for lunch. It was kind of our thing. Now we're staying home, watching church online in our PJs. The kids aren't even paying attention. What are you going to do? Whip them? But I have been trying to do a little something. Everybody likes pancakes. So every Sunday I make pancakes for lunch. We've upgraded lately. Now I add blueberries. Yeah, you just got to keep upping your game. But they do love the pancakes, and they're good. And I sizzle them in a pan with some butter. You like fry the pancake. It's so good. And they eat them like wolves. And then they're so stuffed, they got to go lay down on the couch. And then there's one pancake left for Mom. And what I do is I take that one pancake and I sit down at the kitchen table by myself, and I have a good old-fashioned pity party. But actually, you know what? I don't really mind eating in silence. But I like to sit there and feel sorry for myself, But then what I do is Sunday night, I say, I'm not cooking. No, I'm not. So figure it out. And hubby usually has to take over because he knows the look. He knows the look when Mom's checked out. And so by the way, I've got all these squares on here. Now what I'm going to do is cover the back of that Buffalo Plaid die cut and pop it up because dimension is life. Yes, it is. There you have it. Now for a sentiment, I'm using the new Friends stamp set and the Friends honey cuts. So the honey cuts come with 3 dies. One of the dies coordinates perfectly with the Friends stamp. And the other 2, the ones I'm using, are more like standalone. So you get the word die, which I'm die cutting out of gold foil, and then the outline with vellum. I'm also going to go ahead and don't forget the tittle. Right? The tittle is the dot on the eye. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 4 out of white to stack them up. Because I like my sentiment die cuts to be stacked up and jacked up to the high heavens. So I went 4 today. There's been times when I don't take the time to stack them up and I just adhere it straight to the vellum. But you know what? A little piece of my heart is broken inside. So I did 4 today. And, 4 is like awesome. There have been a few times that I've even done 5. And it just makes that die cut pop. And it makes you look like you mean business. You know what I mean? It's like you're taking this serious. And last but certainly not least, we got to stack up the tittle, right? And I like to use that leftover die cut to get proper placement of the tittle. These tittles in particular have a little bit of a unique shape. So I want to make sure I got that right. The orientation, I'm using the Studio Katia embellishment wand, which works like a charm. And then look at it. Now, I did put some slivers of foam tape on the back because you got to do what you got to do to get through. I don't know, but I feel like I could be a rapper. I can rhyme on a dime. I'm going to emboss a coordinating sentiment from the Friends stamp set. I'm embossing this in white onto black. It says, love you. So inking that up with Versamark ink. I'm going to pour on some white embossing powder. And then, of course, I will heat that with the good old heat gun, just like so. And I'll trim that out and pop it right above the friend. I do put a little sliver of foam tape right there because nothing worse than a saggy sentiment strip. And then my head. Sorry about my head, but I put a few Studio Katia little clear drops here and there for embellishment, and this card is finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure and check out the rest of the Honeybee Stamps 5th anniversary blog hop. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.